365 days a year, usually right around 10 o'clock. Believe me, it would have been 10:30 if I let the guys continue to carry on behind the scene. I asked some simple questions like, how's the contest going and stuff. And guess nobody undefeated in the contest. A lot of people with great records before people start counting their scores. That's I've seen that throughout the years. That's exactly what I was telling the guys too. It's like everyone always emails me, I'm 85%, I'm 95%. I'm going to guarantee you the person that wins the contest is going to be about 60% tops. It's just the way that it works. I know that. I've been around the block a couple times. Everyone's a hero on YouTube and in email. But it's cool. I'm excited about it and excited that we're going to be having at least 2 new cappers on the site. Guys that can be on the drive-through. Of course, we got free picks on pretty much the entire card today of college football. We're also going to hit some college basketball as well. So got a lot of ground to cover. Let me bring the guys in so we can do the beginning little thing that we do. And Brian, number 1 college football handicapper. Today is College Football Saturday. I know you got your game of the year today.
Yes, today is. If you guys like my NFL game of the year, then you'll definitely like my college football game of the year. You can get that for $30 at pickdogs.com or all 5 at my place for $50. Includes the game of the year.
All right. Chris, you don't have to do a drive-through promotion today, so you'll actually get through this one correctly. How's it going? What do you got today?
Ouch. So now I got we talked about it yesterday on the drive-thru. I got my 2 advent calendar specials. Got one for college basketball, one for college ball, both up for $40 over at Pick Dogs Premium. Or if you just want some value, I got my college football hot dog stand. 3 money line dogs that are waiting to be picked at. Over at that for $25. We're gonna put people on some winners today, ready to cash some tickets.
Ron Romanelli with us for the weekends. How's it going?
Yep. It's going good. Today on the website, I have my Saturday Super Slammer. You get my top 3 college football plays, my top 4 college basketball plays, all 7 plays for $34.95. It's like $5 a play. You can't beat that. And we're going to make this one a Saturday to remember. So head over to the website and check it out.
Rod.
For me, I've got Rod's Super Saturday going. I got 5 huge college football investments. We're going to demolish the book with those. And then I threw in a couple college basketball plays that I love. 2 massive college basketball book demolishers. Get them all together, all in one package over at the website, $39.95. Going to be a huge Saturday. Loving today's card.
I got 3 early, 3 afternoon, 3 late college football picks. I might be adding some college basketball as well. So I have a bunch of college football picks that I like that I didn't put in, just like I do every single week. And it's like I'm still sitting here wondering why I didn't put some of them in. But of course, I'm going to put some college hoop up as well. But
I thought college hoops was a little light. I mean, just looking.
I think it is too. It's a little light, but I saw a little meat on the bone. You guys saw I did 51 videos today, so just a few. So you guys can see all those out there, and as well as I'll be doing the NFL videos today. So you'll see those posted. I don't like to post everything too far ahead of time because there's so much going on each day. It's just like this show. We don't look ahead. We kind of just stick with today because there's just it just becomes a muddled mess. Speaking of muddled messes, we're going to the Big Easy here. Tulane hosting Memphis. I'll tell you, in normal circumstances, this would be one giant party, but probably not today. Tulane, 3-point favorites over Memphis, the Green Wave turning it on of late. Brian?
Yeah, I like the way Tulane's finished out the year. I don't like the way Memphis is. So for me, it's a lean to Tulane. I think they take care of business.
Yep. So we have a question here. When are premium members notified of added games? The games are there. I mean, it's like you check back. If I have added games, they'll be in by after the show. Normally they cut off at 11, but if I haven't added college basketball, it'll be added by 10 minutes after the show. We try not to add picks after 11. I'm just swamped. So it is what it is, man. And if I don't have anything, I don't have anything. I'll let you know by the end of the show. Where are we at, Rod? You're the one I normally cut off, unless it was Ron this time. Chris, was it you?
Might have been
second.
Me.
Number
right.
2. Who's number
Go,
2?
Chris.
Okay, I like Memphis here. I just think that I trust Memphis' offense more in this spot, so give me the Tigers.
Ron?
I'm going to take a lean on the under. I think Tulane's just going to rely on that ground game as they've done all year. I think 63 is too steep, so I'll take the under.
Rod?
And I'll take Tulane here. I think Tulane can get the win.
I like Memphis. I'll lay the points. Got Michigan State against Ohio State. I'll lead it off. I'll take Sparty here plus the 23.5. Ohio State is, they're winning games, but it's not like they're killing people and blowing people out. They haven't really looked overly impressive in most of their games. So I'm going to take Michigan State here. The thing is, this game could easily be Ohio State 58-0. I mean, it's what it should be, but who knows what we're going to get from either of these teams. Brian?
This is a game I wish I would have had in the premium section now today when I wake up. I just think Michigan State, everybody's betting Ohio State. We don't know how they're going to react coming back from COVID. So Michigan State.
Not everybody. The majority is betting Ohio State.
A lot of people.
I don't like that
Ohio
terminology. Everybody.
A lot of people.
Everybody.
A lot of people.
There's not a single bet on Michigan State
State's
out
had
there.
some crazy games where they just show up. They beat Michigan. I think they beat Northwestern. So
Everybody.
I don't know. I'll take the points. I think it's a good, solid free pick here.
Everyone. Chris?
The majority.
Chris?
I guess
It's amazing. The entire betting population is on one team, and it's the Buckeyes here. We got some inside information from Bitler.
I guess I'm part of that majority. I just don't like
Mike,
Michigan
man,
State.
you got to fix the cord. Ron, go ahead.
I'm going to take a lean on Michigan State. Ohio State's offense is elite, but the defense has given up a few points, 35, 27, 25 last 3 weeks. I'll take Michigan State in the point.
Any rumor that you're in the running to become Bitler's assistant recruiting coordinator at Iona?
Yeah, me and Bettino go way back. So,
Hey, little hookers, little blow, never hurt anyone. Rod?
I'm going to take the under. Give me the under 59.5. I don't think both teams are going to run and grind out this clock. We're definitely not going to see a high-scoring shootout here. Give me the under 59.5.
Chris, you done staticking us out over here?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it.
I don't know. We're not going to listen to 2 hours of it. That's not going to be fun for anybody.
I'll take Ohio State here. Michigan State, they're not good offensively, and I think Ohio State comes back with a bit of fire lit under them. So
if it's the new mic you just send it back, man. Tell those bastards, there's a short. Send it back.
Yeah.
I'll send you another
Right.
one.
Yeah, it's another box.
Like, they didn't give it to you for free, I'll tell you that much. Our friends at Elgato giving away free microphones. Not. So much better than the Yeti. Marshall against Rice. Line's down 1.5. Brian? Rice is the sharp team, the one that they've been getting their asses crushed this season so far on.
Yeah, I'm wondering now. I didn't notice this because it's down almost 4 points from where it opened. 21.5, I think, is the magic number. I think if you can get in on that, I think you should cover with Rice. All signs point to Rice here. So
all signs except for the 80 points a game that Marshall's averaging.
Why are they encouraging? They're encouraging people to bet Marshall by lowering this line even further. So I don't know.
But every Rice game has had this movement. And every game that they've gotten it handed to them.
I'm writing this game down because I got to bet it after.
Yeah, well, look at before you waste your money, you might want to look at the line movement from every Rice game so far this season, including the canceled games. They've all had this exact same line movement. Exact. They're the Cleveland Browns of this year. They are. They're the sharp team.
Wow.
Yeah, every single week. It's like this every single week. Chris?
Yeah, I think Rice almost even lost the canceled games too. I'll take Marshall here. I think this is a blowout. I think it's 45-3. I'll take Marshall. Lay the points.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over here. I just think that Marshall could put up 44.5 or 45 by themselves. I think Rice will find the end zone a couple times, so I think the over hits pretty easily.
I like Marshall here. Their average beatdown is 28 points. They've been winning by. So give me Marshall here. I think they easily win by 28 here over Rice.
Got Rutgers against Penn State. This one, the line movement all says Penn State. Everything says Penn State. I don't care. I'm going to take Rutgers anyway. It goes against everything like that it shows there. But Penn State's just shit this year. There, I said it nicely. I sugarcoated it a little bit. Just a real shit stain of a team. Brian?
I think, well, they had enough to beat Michigan last week.
Yeah, they're 1-5 against the number, man. They're not going to let them not cover all season long. I mean, how many teams have gone 0 against the spread for a season? A handful, right? But 1-5. So that screams overrated.
I'm going to jump on the under here. I think we see a lot of running the football, and just for me, I think I see some value there. Take the under.
I thought for sure you were going Penn State. Chris?
Maybe I do have Penn State.
Maybe you do. Well, you've had him. You've had him 6 times this season. You're 1-5, and they're your Jets.
I don't take the Penn.
I'm going to parlay Penn State with the Jets. It's like
I take teams when they're not covering spreads and when they're.
I know. That's why you're 1 and.
It has nothing to do with.
Well, except for the Jets, because you're 0-7. You're 0-7, and then when you go against the Jets, they're 2-0 against the number.
I won one game with the Jets.
No, you haven't. You have not. Not on this show. You haven't. The 2 games that they covered, you were on the other side, and every other game you were on the Jets.
I'd have to look at it.
Yes. I'll recap them for you tomorrow during our NFL segment. Ron Romanelli will bring the whiteboard.
Illustrator. I think I'd probably Penn State with the Angels and the Jets.
Yes.
No, I'm on Rutgers here as well. I'm going to put a little bit on the money line with Rutgers as well. I think this is just a bad Penn State team, and Rutgers at home on senior day.
I don't like the line movement here myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
neither do I. I like Penn State less. You know, yeah. That's the issue. It's also something personal.
But in this game, I don't like this one at all, especially with the way the line's moving. I'll take a lean on Rutgers. I'm staying away from this one, obviously, but if I had to take a team, I'd take Rutgers and the points at home.
Jerome Matthew would like you to pick faster. Well, I've already done all video picks, so you could go back there and look at the YouTube videos. See them all. Plus, we have free picks on both websites, so you could read them at your own pace. Kick back. Just bring your iPad, computer, phone, whatever. We got AMP. You know, so it's like super fast, the mobile version, right? Ridiculous. Rod? Speaking of AMP.
Rutgers here. I'll take Rutgers. They're 4-2 ATS on the year. This Penn State defense is awful. I don't see how they win. How they're even favored by this many points. That makes no sense to me. Give me Rutgers plus the points.
Got Kansas against Texas Tech. This is one where I think is where you could look at the line. I like Kansas here, Brian.
I love Kansas here. Should have been a premium play, but
Brian's been on Kansas. Another team that he's been on every single week. It says 0-8 against the spread, but I know for a fact they covered against one team. I think it was West Virginia.
I went against them once when I had Oklahoma over them. I think that one of our friends had Kansas that week, and we went with Oklahoma.
It happens. It happens. Chris?
Kansas.
Yeah, I said it weeks ago. There's nothing anyone can do to get me to back Kansas. I'll take Texas Tech all day here by 5 touchdowns. I want nothing to do with the Jayhawks.
I'm going to have to go with Kansas here. I just think that 26.5 is a lot. And Kansas 0-8 against the spread. I think this is the day that they grab their first win against the spread.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Ike Pavin called me. Ivy Pavin called me out here. That you say don't bring up the past, and then you do against Brian.
October 25th, I cashed with the.
Everyone knows, man. I can dish it out, but I can't take it, man. Everyone knows that. It's like, I mean, come on. Who do you think you're talking to here? Believe me, I bring up the past all the time for my own beatdowns. I'd say wait till hoops and Minnesota Timberwolves play. Believe me, we'll talk about the past all the time. I don't think I've cashed a Timberwolves ticket in 6 years. Where are we at? Kansas, Texas Tech.
I'm with Chris here. I'm not rocking with no J Chalk and on the football field. They might try to throw a hoop or slam a dunk or something. Give me Texas Tech here.
It's interesting because Texas Tech against Texas, a lot of people said in that game, like, they'll never bet in Texas Tech again. And here they are. Here they are. Auburn against Texas A&M. I don't know, man. I'm just still not sold on Texas A&M. I just can't buy into it, Brian.
You've been a hater all year at Texas.
I know. I've been getting slaughtered, but they're 3-4 against the number. Believe me, they have not been. They haven't been
me
like
and
this
Chris
sexy
are
coverage
opposites today. But I'm taking Texas A&M. I think they lay waste to Auburn. They got to win impressively down the stretch, so I'll take Texas A&M.
I think they should give Jimbo Fisher more money. I think maybe then they'll start to win meaningful football games. Chris?
Brian kind of gave out a spoiler for my pick, but I like Auburn here. I think Texas A&M, Kellen Mond struggles at Jordan-Hare Stadium, and even without a full stadium, I think this is going to be a tough environment. I like Auburn getting 5.5 at home.
Ron Romanelli. What was worse? What was worse? Texas A&M's loss at Tuscaloosa. Okay, where they were slaughtered. Right. What was the score of that, Gem?
62-28.
62-20. They gave up 62 points against the Alabama Crimson Tide. Okay, the number 5 ranked Texas A&M Aggies. Okay, what was worse, that or Miami's loss at Death Valley at night with Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne and company, all 100% healthy? I mean, do you think it was 5 places in the rankings worse? Yeah, I don't see it either.
Texas A&M played a harder schedule.
It depends on who you ask. It depends on who you ask. What's the harder schedule? Mississippi State or South Carolina? Which one of those was tougher? Or LSU this year? You don't think Miami couldn't beat all those teams backwards and forward?
Maybe.
I'm sure they can. I'm sure
A&M beat Florida though. I mean,
they're a joke, man. They're paper. It's Dan Mullen, guy's never done anything. Never accomplished one thing as a head coach on the college football field. Never once. What has he ever done as a head coach? Went 6-6 with Dak Prescott. Stud. Dan Mullen's it's always like they hit the bowl game because they get to a New Year's Day bowl game because the SEC has 7 tie-ins. They get to the Citrus Bowl. They play a Big Ten team like Michigan State, who's 9th in the Big Ten, and they beat them. It's congratulations. I'll tell you what, the expectation at Florida are a little higher than that. We'll see how long this joker lasts. Oh, believe me, 10-2 every year isn't going to cut it in Gainesville. Will not cut it. You don't win SEC championships, you will not be the coach for the Gators for a very long time. You will not. Who's up?
I am. I'm going to agree with Chris here. I'm going to take Auburn. I would sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Bo Nix has been real strong at home in his career. I think he's 10-1 at home in his career. And Kellen Mond, the complete opposite. He struggles on the road. I just think this is a big upset victory for Auburn. And the Gators jump a spot in the AP polls next week.
Rod.
I have to agree. Give me Auburn and the points here. And what I see is like a field goal game. I don't know if they win outright, so I'll take the points. Give me Auburn plus the 5.5. It's a field goal game.
I like Auburn. I'm going money line with these guys.
Everybody's against me today. I'm feeling lost. I'm on an island.
Even me.
We'll try again. Toledo against Northern Illinois. Maction.
I love Northern Illinois. I bet it yesterday when at 11. I had 11. And now I see 9 in one spot. I love Northern Illinois Huskies today.
Chris?
They're doing a remake of Castaway, and Brian Bitler's the lead actor. I like Toledo here. I don't want anything to do with this young Northern Illinois team. They're learning on the fly, but Toledo, I think, is going to run all over them.
Northern Illinois has done a nice job covering the spread, though. Ron?
I'm going to take Northern Illinois here. I just think 9.5 is too much. Rex Bowers hasn't been too shabby this season. 0-4 straight up, but like Mitch said, they haven't been too bad covering the number. And I think at home, that's too many points. So I'll take Northern Illinois.
Way to suck up, Ron Romanelli. Rod.
That's what you got to do.
I agree. Got to take Northern Illinois here. That's just way too many points. I see this as a touchdown game. Give me Northern Illinois here.
Okay. Got TCU against Oklahoma State. This one's got some odd action to it. TCU 31%. Ryan.
I'm going to take a chance here on the under. I know it's a Big 12 game, but I think TCU plays hard defense. Oklahoma State improved defense. I'll go with the under.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm with Brian. I like the under here as well. It's 27-24, 24-21, whichever way you slice it. Give me the under.
You guys hanging out together, like, after the show and stuff? It's like, you guys seem to have
That's the first time we were on the same page with a pick.
I know, but you guys, I could feel the love, though, through the thing. Ron?
I'm going to join the love boat, and I'm going to take the under. These teams have, in recent history, they've trended to the over. But I think today we're going to see a different kind of game, different style. Defense shines. I'll take the under.
Rod?
I don't like this game at all. But,
you knew it was coming. We gave you.
I know.
You're last. It's not like we hit you from left field here.
Maybe a little. I'm gonna take Oklahoma State here. I think they can win. They can cover this field goal minus 2.5. Give me Oklahoma State here over TCU. TCU does not look good all year.
To be honest, I don't really like this game too much either. I think you go back and forth here. I think, I don't know. There's some smart money on TCU and there's some not so smart money on TCU, which makes it a really hard pick. Because TCU is the play. I mean, it's TCU is the play, but there's also, I've seen some pretty square money out there on it, so makes it difficult. Because we know Oklahoma State, it's like they get into spots like this, and that quarterback, right? He can't throw on target, on the road, and we've seen it so many times. Is Chuba playing in this one, Chris?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so we don't even have our guy isn't even playing. So yeah, I'll go TCU. Kansas State against Texas. Brian, we've seen the good Kansas State, the bad Kansas State.
K-State's lost a bunch in a row here, but I could easily see them upset in Texas. But with the points, I think it's the smarter way to go. I see them pulling out another close one here.
Yeah, I like Kansas State as well. Texas just tends to play down to their opposition, so I'll take Kansas State in the points.
Ron Romanelli.
I'm going to take the over here. I think this could be a shootout. I think Kansas State's going to hang in there with Texas for a while, and I think Texas wins. I'll lean to Kansas State in the points, but I think the better play is the over.
Yeah, I'm with Ron. Give me the over. I think we're definitely going to be in for a shootout here today. Both teams are going to be back and forth, back and forth. Give me the over.
Thank you for the super chat. Awesome. Greatly appreciated. Certainly unnecessary, though. But Bo Nix is worse than Trubisky. Wow. 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 Cold. Chilly over here, man. Bo Nix is worse than Trubisky. Trubisky actually, in his 1 year of college football that he played, is actually not horrible at North Carolina, but he wasn't good enough to be drafted where he was. Purdue against Nebraska. You haven't been if you haven't been roasted on one of these teams this year, you haven't played college. You haven't bet college football, Brian.
Yeah, I think Purdue got the air left out last week against Rutgers. I think Nebraska comes in and beats them. I'll take Nebraska on the money line.
Ooh, going ballsy on the money line there in the 1.5 point, 1 to 1.5 point spread. You daredevil. Maybe we'll give Brian I got something for the daredevil here. It's my Evel Knievel rocket ship. Yeah. The old Evel Knievel rocket ship from the Snake River Canyon jump. How about
when
that?
did you add that?
I've had it. I've had it on the set the whole time.
I just ordered something new for my background, too.
I've had this on the set since day one. I've always had this there. Sometimes it falls over, but it's been there. So you can hardly see it. Speaking of Purdue and Nebraska, Ruffalo.
Yeah, I don't want to take the leap of faith, jumping off of the curb onto the road. So I'll take Purdue.
What the hell are you talking? What are you talking about?
And that's the leap of faith Bittler just took on the money line. That's basically the same thing. Just jumped off the curb onto the road. So I'll take Purdue here. Look, I had some really good
How
stuff
high is
before I
that
came
curve
on.
that you have to jump off it?
Did you get up on the wrong side of the couch this morning? I mean, what's going on?
Funny enough.
Yes. Ron talked some sense into this guy. I don't even know what he just said, but I think I'm going bass fishing tomorrow.
I don't know.
I'll take a lean on Purdue. 1-4 against the spread. It's been a miserable season for Purdue so far. A lot of close losses. I think they pull out a slim victory against Nebraska here.
Purdue is a better team with their one good player. But Nebraska at 1-4. This is the best 1-4 team in college football. I mean, they had Northwestern dead to rights. They played Ohio State as tough as anybody. And, really, really improved, at least their play. It's the quarterback play is really what's killed them. Just the mistakes. I mean, there's never a good time for a mistake, but these guys happen to find the worst possible time to make the mistakes. It's like there's worse times than others, worse positions on the field, and these guys find the worst ones. Rod?
For me in this one, I think the total's set way too high. Give me the under 63.5. Both teams are going to run the ball, grind it out. And I just don't see where we're getting 63.5 points from between these two teams. Give me the under 63.5.
Did you see the Purdue-Minnesota game?
I did, yeah.
That's where the total comes from. Arkansas, Missouri. Chris loves betting against Eli Drinkwitz at home. He learned his lesson last week. It's like, I'll take Vandy money line. It's like, what are you talking about, man? It's like, what are you just fall on your head or something? It's like,
Repeatedly.
And they had the woman kicker. She got to kick off, and that was it. The second half, that was it. That was the only time she ever got to the field. They didn't even have an attempt. Brian?
I'm going to take the over here. I think we see both teams going down the field here and putting up some points. I know a lot of people on the over, but I'll join the club here.
The line has bounced on this game. It went down, and now it's back up. Chris?
Like Mitch said, I learned my lesson betting against Eli Drinkwitz at home. I'm on Missouri here. I like the Tigers just a lot more than I like Arkansas right now.
4-0 against the number at home for the Tigers. Ron?
I'm going to agree with Brian and take the over here. I think both teams will be able to air it out, and I think the over hits rather easily. It's a small total, so I'll take the over.
I'll take Missouri here.
It's like, go ahead.
Missouri just a better team. They have no problem beating Arkansas here. Give me Missouri.
So here's a news flash for you guys about Dan Mullen and about the Florida program that he's turning around. Okay, this program that he's turning around gets the pick of the litter of the Florida talent. It's not even close. It's always been that way. Even when Miami was the national champions, when Florida State was national champions, Florida always gets first pick of all of the players in Florida. There's nothing to turn around, man. There's nothing to turn around. The expectation is to win the SEC championship. If anything else goes beyond that, that's gravy. But if you don't win the SEC championship at Florida, you are a loser. And until you do that, I don't care who else is in that conference. That is the goal. Steve Spurrier is the Gator, right? He is the guy. He is the poster child of Florida, right? The Heisman Trophy winner, the national champion, the national championship coach. His goal every season as head coach of the Florida Gators was to win the SEC championship. And that is the goal of that program. And it's like, until you do that, you don't have the right to act like an ass like Dan Mullen does on a regular basis. He acts like he's done something already, and he hasn't. You win a championship, you win the SEC title, then you get a little leeway with us. But until that happens, you're just a guy with the most stacked team that's accomplished nothing. You got housed at Texas A&M. You fumbled the ball with the game on the line. That's piss poor coaching. You had the game won. All you had to do was hold on to the football. You were at the 50-yard line driving in for the winning touchdown, and your team fumbled it. You didn't coach them good enough. You were going to be undefeated going to the SEC championship with a chance to win it all, and even if you lost that game, maybe still make the playoff. But you couldn't coach your team good enough. So why does this guy get any credit whatsoever, man? That game at College Station, a way winnable game for Florida. The games that are acceptable losses for Florida are Georgia, Miami, and Alabama. And I'll tell you, they don't even like any of those. You know, it's like they'll maybe let you slide for a year or two. Florida State, like maybe let you slide a little bit, but you don't lose to Texas A&M's. It doesn't happen. So that's why I think of Dan Mullen. Romanelli's like scared.
No comment.
Well, you go to Florida, so you know this. I mean, I grew up with this. I grew up in Florida. I know exactly the culture. You know, I understand it. I grew up with it, so I know what it is. You know, I know. You know, I used to watch the Charlie Pell show as a kid. You know, it's like I know what's going on there. Doug Dickey. Right? The Doug Dickey show I used to watch. The Bobby Bowden show. It's like, no one's that Southern, man. Bobby Bowden. It's like, come on. It's like, the guy like is doing his show, his coaching show. He pulls up a stool, you know? It's like, come on. It's like, no one's that Southern. Anyways, where were we? We were on a rant. Missouri, Arkansas. Rod gave his pick, right?
Yep.
Me, I like Mizzou. I think this is the most underrated team in the SEC and one of the most underrated teams in the country. You look at their losses, and they're all to the heavy hitters. They lost to, Florida, Alabama, right, are the losses? Let's see. Let's take a look at Missouri. And so Missouri's losses are to Florida. They lost to Tennessee, which is the bad one, and that was at Tennessee. And they were 10-point dogs in that game, by the way. And then they lost to Alabama 38-19, and they were 28.5-point dogs. Totally respectable loss to Alabama in hindsight. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan. You can feel the love in this one, Brian.
Yeah, I thought that game was canceled this morning, but I guess I saw the wrong Michigan. But I'm leaning Eastern Michigan here. Just too much money on Western Michigan. And Eastern Michigan on the road as a dog is something I like to be on, so I'll put a small bet in.
Yeah, I'm with Brian on this one as well. I like Eastern Michigan. The directional rivalry game. These two teams don't like each other. And I think this is a touchdown game no matter who wins it. So give me Eastern Michigan with the points.
Ron, explain to these guys how college football works.
Yeah, I'm going to take Eastern Michigan. I mean, last week Western Michigan only took down a Northern Illinois team by 3 at home. Eastern Michigan has been a money team against the spread in recent history. Home 4 straight up, but 2-2 against the number. I think they cover here.
I'm going to take Western Michigan. I think they kicked the crap out of Eastern Michigan today. Their offense is averaging 45 points a game. This Eastern Michigan defense ranked 122nd. I think Western Michigan probably get over this total themselves. It's 60 points. I'm going to take Western Michigan here. I don't trust Eastern Michigan to stop Western Michigan at all.
I'm going to tell you guys a little story. Last Friday, just a week and a day ago away, I got Eastern Michigan. I'm getting 7 points against Central. They're winning the game outright with 4 minutes left to play. Somehow they lose by 8. They're dead to me. Dead. Western in a romp. Dead to me. It's like, how does that even happen?
Well,
It's
last week has nothing to do with this week, though.
Oh, I'm a name caller and a grudge holder. It absolutely does. I do not care. Western's going to slaughter them. Did you see the quarterback just throwing the ball to the other team? It's almost like he was laying 7. It was really much. Speaking of a really good game that almost made my premium list, Akron against Bowling Green.
This is the Tony T game. This is his fault that we have this game.
I love Akron here. I see the line going up. It's at 3. For me, it's a $100 game, which isn't a big bet, but I like Akron. But I'm a Zips guy.
Yep. Florida, USC, and Texas should never suck. Same thing with Oklahoma, Ohio State. Those teams should never, ever suck. Ever. It's like, in Michigan, right? Unforgivable, man. It's criminal what Harbaugh's done to that program. I want them to be good so we can go in there and house them like we always do. You know, it's like it makes it more fun for me. Like when they get their hopes up. Remember the Davian Clowney tackle against Michigan? The decapitation. What game was that? It was like a bowl game, right? And he just broke through the line. It was, oh my God. I think that was the first time I ever heard an announcer say prison rape on TV during a game. Ron.
I'm going to take the under here. This is probably the worst game. I mean, there's some betting angles here, but probably the worst game to watch for fans. And wouldn't be surprised to see a nice 6-3 final score. I'll take the under. I think both teams rely on their ground game. And I think we see a under here.
Usually bad teams mean bad defense. Chris, did you give a pick in this, Gem?
No, but I like the under as well. I know bad defense usually lead to points, but I don't think the offenses can get to those points. And I'll take the under here.
Rod?
I'm going to take the over. Both rushing defenses are brutal against it, and they both like to run the ball. I think it'll be you score touchdown, I score touchdown, you score touchdown, I score touchdown. Give me the over.
I think Bowling Green passes the eye test for me in this one. I'm just going to take Bowling Green based on looks alone and nothing else. Central Michigan versus Ball State. Central Michigan getting 2.5 points in this one. 3-1 at home against 3-1. Brian?
For me, I'm going to go with the over here. I think we see a lot of offense, MAC action up and down the field. So
what about that 4.5 point line movement through 0 with the road team?
All right, I'll tell you what. This is one of my premium plays. Take Ball State to the bank. Easy winner here. Central Michigan, they're begging you to take them. I'm not falling for it. Take Ball State, Cardinals. They've been bad against the spread this year, but I think they covered this one.
Yeah, they're saying this line, what I'm looking at, that this line goes to -3 in a hurry, or -2.5 at -120. A lot of pressure here on Ball State. A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm on Ball State as well. I mean, it's a lean, but Ball State's own Central Michigan when Central Michigan's hosting, and I know teams change from year to year, but sometimes a team just has your number, and I think Ball State's got Central Michigan's number, so I'll go with Ball State in this one.
I thought for sure you were going to puss out and take a total. Ron?
I'm going to take Ball State too. I didn't really like the way they looked against Northern Illinois, but last week at Toledo, they just totally dominated that game. And back on the road again this week, I think they earn a comfortable victory at Central Michigan.
Yeah, I agree. Give me Ball State here over Central Michigan.
I'll take Central Michigan. I think the line's moved too much.
Going for the consensus.
Too much. South Alabama in another wild line movement game. South Alabama now +5 at home against Troy. Neither of these teams are worth a shit. I mean, I don't know. Ryan, you're gonna bet $50 of your hard-earned money on Troy here.
I'm gonna put 55 on South Alabama. I think the value was Troy if you could when you could get them at a field goal or less. I think over a field goal with South Alabama, so that's where I'm leaning.
What world is Troy 5 points better than anybody? Chris?
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say it. I have no idea why Troy's favored at all, let alone on the road. So give me South Alabama and the points.
What planet? This is like I do turkey burgers every Thursday. My wife's like talking to her friend in Georgia on the phone, and her boyfriend gets on and says, I like to put a little pork in my turkey burger. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? I mean, that doesn't even make any sense to me. That's a porky burger. It's like, that's not a turkey burger.
Maybe some bacon on top of the turkey burger.
It's a turkey burger, but that makes no sense. No.
What planet? What planet are you from? It's like...
Porky burger.
Ron, Troy or South Alabama?
Yeah, based on value alone, I think I'm just going to take South Alabama here. I would put this game in a coin flip at a pick'em, maybe 1 point spread, but 5 points is just way too much. So based on value, I'll take South Alabama and the points.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Give me South Alabama and the points here. No way Troy should be favored by that many.
Okay. I got South Alabama. Notre Dame against Syracuse. 34 points. The world, I mean, it's actually inverse line movement. The world is on Syracuse here.
Yeah, I'm seeing 50-50.
Yeah, about 50-50, actually. About 50-50 now.
I think the angle for this game is the under. I don't see Syracuse scoring much of anything. So for me, I want to take the under here.
Chris?
I'm going to take Notre Dame here. I'm still hung up on that Syracuse game against Louisville. I think if Louisville can hang 30 on you, Notre Dame can do a lot more damage. So give me Notre Dame here.
Why aren't you hung up on the Clemson-Syracuse game? Rod?
Yeah, this one's a Syracuse or pass for me. I just think 34 is so much. You saw Syracuse first pick 6 of Trevor Lawrence's career was against Syracuse, and they got a decent secondary. I think they can keep it closer on the road. It's a tough spot, but I'll take the points with Syracuse.
I like the over. Give me the over 51. I think we can easily get over this number, even if it's all one-sided.
How much is your college football today, Brian?
My all 5 games for $50 or my game of the year for 30.
So it's $50. It's $50 for 5 games today, or $150 you get the whole week.
Yep. And there's also picks in there for college basketball I have a college basketball pick.
got some
you have to get a
mathematicians.
long-term pass to get it. Anyway.
What are you selling, Ron? How much is your weekly?
My
Mine's
weekly,
$129.
I think mine's 129. Let me see. But I have my Super Slammer today for
How much is-
35.
$35?
You get 7 picks for 35.
So if
4
you bought the
college
weekly, you
basketball.
would save like $100.
Yeah,
Plus,
the
there's,
weekly
it's
is
going to be more and more
129.
games because college hoops. College hoops.
Oh yeah, the weekly is a great deal, but it's 129.95.
Rod, what are you selling again?
My week's $1.20.
$1.20
right
for
now
a week.
you can, and my seven picks today for $34.95.
Have you looked at NFL at all for tomorrow? You're going to have picks?
Oh, of course I'm.
Just checking.
I might take a pass.
Business closed.
I love tomorrow better than today, so I'm love this weekend. It's a good weekend. We got
Chris?
lots of games.
Chris is discounting his packages, which is totally against company policy. But I don't know. What's the deal that you're running again? I saw you on the drive-thru. I peeked over. I saw you show something, and I turned it off.
I like that. When I saw that, I was like, that's
I was like, what the hell is he doing?
Let me open this up.
I have a strict no coupon policy.
I got my week's 109, but and I got my 2 advent calendar packages, say $40 a piece for football and basketball.
So it's 109 for a week, or you can get all your picks for today for $80.
Yeah.
Your week pass is 109. Wow.
Really?
Crap, that's a good deal.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. I thank God I have the ability to edit this stuff. 109.
Yeah, mine's 150.
This is like that's like Bitler's brilliant idea. How about if I sell all my college basketball picks for $400? It's like, how about you don't?
That was a one-time deal.
How about you don't? It's like, don't worry, no one's gonna get it. It's like, yeah, it's like my email, people buying it, like, it's like, yeah, it's great. It's like, what's for dinner? Ramen noodles.
Porky burgers.
Yeah, porky burgers. Anyways, I'll take
That's a good idea.
I'll take Syracuse. Yeah, it sounded like a good idea at the time.
No, to put bacon on a turkey burger.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say selling pickback.
No, bacon on a turkey burger sounds good to me. I was hoping we could get a consensus on the under here, but it's not happening. Me and Rod are opposed on that one. I think if Louisville can shut out Syracuse, Notre Dame could shut them out. But.
Got
Anyway, I slice it. I look at it 45-10. It's like, oh.
Arkansas State ULM, Brian.
Sometimes I like taking crappy teams like Ellie and Monroe, but they're like the worst team I've ever seen. So I'm going to go with Arkansas State. I'll go with the squares, and I'll lay the points.
I'm going to go with the over. Against this ULM defense, Arkansas State may get there on their own, even at 71. I don't like ULM. I see it's going hitting at least 80. Give me the over.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Louisiana last week put up 70, so Arkansas State could definitely put up a number there themselves. And UL Monroe, I mean, Arkansas State's defense is terrible too, so I'll take the over.
I agree. Give me the over. We're going to see. They might hit 100 today in this game.
150.
Yeah. It's still going tomorrow.
We got. There's no way I'm taking ULM. I hate this. It's a team that can't tackle against ULM. I mean, this is bad. Just stay the hell away from this thing. Just get as far away as you can from this game. Stay the hell away from it. I don't even think I did I don't even think I did a video on that game. Virginia against Boston College. Bryant.
I'm going to go with the public here, take Boston College. I think it's a field goal game, and as long as you can get 3.5 or higher, I think you lean towards Boston College in this spot.
Yeah, I'm on BC as well. I think it's a field goal game, and I think if Boston College is going to be able to handle the Virginia pass rush. And Phil Jerkovich is the best quarterback in the country in terms of throwing under pressure, and I think we'll be able to do it again today for Boston College. So give me the Eagles and the points.
I'm going to take the under here. Two tough teams, 6-4 against 4-4. This could go either way to me, but I think the better play is just a defensive battle, and I'll take the under 55.
Rod?
For me, this one, I'm gonna take Virginia here. I think they win, but they can cover before. They win by a touchdown.
I like the under in this one. Illinois against Iowa. Brian?
In this one, I'm going to go with Illinois here. I know they've been brutal all season, but it just seems like too many points. So it's going to be a small lean to Illinois.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth on it because I could see Iowa winning by 2 or 3 touchdowns, but I could also see it being a 10-point game. I'm going to take Illinois. Just see a lot of running the football from Iowa. I could see Illinois keeping this one within the number, maybe even getting a backdoor cover, but give me Illinois in the points.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take Illinois here. Illinois hasn't been too shabby. Back-to-back wins over Rutgers and Nebraska, both on the road. Back at home now, 13.5's a lot, so I'll just take the points. I expect it to be a 7 to 10 point victory for Iowa, so I'll take the points for Illinois.
I like Illinois as well. I think that's just way too many points. Probably give me Illinois in the points.
Yep.
Iowa wins by 10.
I think it's a close game. I think Illinois could outright them, but I think it's going to be close. Wisconsin against Indiana. I mean, which Illinois team shows up? You know, the one that slaughtered Nebraska or the one that played at Wisconsin? I mean, it's going to, it all depends. If it's the one we saw at Nebraska, they're going to win by 2-3 touchdowns again. Wisconsin against Iowa. Brian?
For me, in this one, I'm going to go with the under. I think we're going to see a lot of running the football here. So I don't see it getting anywhere close to that total. I'll take the under.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the under as well. I just think there's going to be a ton of running on Indiana's side. I don't think they want Tuttle to throw the ball too much. I think they just want him to manage the game, and I think Wisconsin's going to do a lot of the same. So give me the under.
Ron?
I'm going to take Wisconsin and lay the points. No Penix Jr. Wisconsin's had a week now to think about its terrible loss at Northwestern. I think Wisconsin makes a statement today and wins by 2 touchdowns.
Rod?
Yeah, I agree with Ron here. Give me Wisconsin. Wisconsin can win by 2 touchdowns. Control the clock, run, and Indiana's been good against the spread. Today, Wisconsin gets their number, covers.
Yeah, I bet against Indiana every single week. That means I'm 0-6 in Indiana games this year. Tennessee against Florida. Everyone knows I'm on the Vols here.
I love the Volunteers too. This is just way too many points for me.
I actually got some hideous, some really good YouTube comments of people telling me how stupid I was. And that's normally a very good sign.
Yeah, definitely a tremendous sign.
Usually, I'd say that methodology is about 98%. Like the more hatred I get on a pick, it's like because it's not like at my Patriots over Ravens pick levels yet, but certainly the emphasis though is there.
I guess I'm hoping for one of the 2% then, because I'm on Florida here.
Yes,
I like that Florida offense. I know I was waiting for it, but I like the Florida offense. I think Tennessee's just been on a really bad run. I know they're probably trying to show up here, but I just think Florida ends up being too much and they pull away late.
World needs ditch diggers too. Ron?
Oh, well, I hate to say it, but this is one of the games that keeps me up at night as a Florida fan. I think that this could be an upset alert. I'm a little worried about it. I'm going to take Tennessee in the points. I do think Florida will eke out a win, but I think it's going to be close. I'll take Tennessee in the points.
Tennessee usually has a game where they like stand up, and like play somebody tough, and it's usually like a Bama or a Florida or somebody tough like that, and it happens every single year, and it's always in Knoxville. Rod?
Yeah, I'm with Tennessee. Give me Tennessee here in the points. That's just too many. I think the Gators eke out the win, but not by that many.
Number 9 ranked Iowa State Cyclones. They lost to Louisiana at home. Sun Belt Conference team. Yet they're ranked 9th in the country. They also lost to Oklahoma State, who I don't think anyone even on the show liked to beat TCU today. It's a 2.5-point favorite. I don't get it. 6.5-point favorites against West Virginia. Can we just stop worrying about Iowa State even being in the polls after this one? There's certainly that chance.
Big chance.
Brian?
For me, I'm going to take West Virginia in the points, and I'll sprinkle half the amount of my points bet on the money line. I think West Virginia matches up well, and they could easily take out Iowa State here.
I think West Virginia's the best pass defense in the country, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going to lock up Brock Purdy, and it's a field goal game, if not a West Virginia outright win. So give me the points with the Mountaineers.
Ron?
Yeah, I'm going to take West Virginia on the money line. I just think, like Chris said, one of the best pass defenses in the country. They have a good pass game themselves, and I just think that West Virginia is the better team. Iowa State's been overrated all year. Can't believe the number 9. Give me West Virginia on the money line at plus 210.
How in the hell are they number 9? It's just, how in the hell are you number 9? Fine, Louisiana's, they're going to win their half of the Sun Belt, makes the Sun Belt. They're in the Sun Belt title game against Coastal. They're going to get housed, right? Against Coastal, they're going to get slaughtered. But it's still a Sun Belt team at home that you lost to. Any way you slice it. Imagine if it was Miami.
They could beat Miami, probably Iowa State.
If it was no, they couldn't. And if it was Miami, if it was Miami that lost at home to a Sun Belt team, where do you think that they would be ranked with one loss? Where do you think they would be lost?
60th.
Right. Yeah, they'd be like 60th. Ridiculous.
BYU would crush Iowa State.
Crush them. I like Campbell, but I think this, and it's no knock on Iowa State. It's just ridiculous that they're ranked there. It's like the Big 12. It's like we got to have somebody. We can't. Everyone's voted that Oklahoma's got to go away. So what are we going to do?
Exactly. Iowa State's next. Take West Virginia. West Virginia.
I have a feeling the Dirty Tricks Committee might be out for that one. Navy against Tulsa. This one looks like a gem.
Oof.
I had trouble doing the video for this one. I stopped doing videos. I took an hour break after doing this one.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was enough. It was like, my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, just wrapping up Navy Tulsa. She's like, you seem mad about something. Is everything okay?
I'm going to go with Navy here strictly as a public fade. Just too much action on Tulsa. I think Navy keeps it within 10. It's just too many points.
Chris?
I'm going to take the under. I think Navy's going to just chew up a ton of clock, and I like that Tulsa defense. And I think this one finishes under the number. Probably close. I think it finishes around 44, but give me the under.
Ron?
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take the under. Tulsa hasn't been too shabby against the run, and Navy features that triple option offense. And Tulsa's defense, I think, will keep them in check. And I think Navy's defense will do enough to keep this under the total. So I'll take the under.
I'm going to take a shot and put $60 on Navy money line to outright and beat Tulsa.
I like Navy here too. I can't stand Tulsa. Got NC State against Georgia Tech. This one has weird line movement because Georgia Tech's so bad. So bad. Brian?
I'm going to go with Georgia Tech here.
You always do.
The line dropped below a touchdown, which should send off flashers in your mind if you're going to bet NC State. So take a chance of Yellow Jackets here.
Said the same thing in the Clemson game. Chris? What was this? I think.
Did we even do the Clemson game? That's later on.
No, the Georgia Tech Clemson game. You know, when they scored 70 in the first half. Chris.
I like NC State. I think this line should be like 9.5 at least. Georgia Tech's just a mess, but I like NC State a lot here. Give me NC State.
Ron Romanelli.
I'm going to take the over. I think if NC State can give up 29 to Syracuse, they can give up a few to Georgia Tech, and we know Georgia Tech's defense is nothing to write home about. So I'll take the over.
Yeah, I'm with Ron. We're definitely going to see some points. Give me the over 59.5 here. And we're definitely going over. Two crap teams can put up points.
I like NC State. I'm not apologizing for it either. Washington against Stanford. Stanford's another one of those teams. It's like if you're a college football fan like I am and you grew up with it, it's like there's certain teams you just personally don't like. And it's like when they're in games where, where they're weak, where they have a weak position, it's even better for you because you could just say, I don't like them, but it's like you would have bet against them even if you were betting blind, like in this case, because Stanford's got no chance in this game. Brian?
I'm going to go with the under here. I know there's a lot of public money on the under, but I don't see how they get to 48.5. So I'm going to go
seven
under.
touchdowns for Washington is what that is.
Nah.
Just 7 little touchdowns.
I don't see it.
Nah, they're not a 7 touchdown team. Chris?
This is a stay away game though.
Yeah, this is a stay away if you're a Stanford fan game. 42-3. Chris?
I hate this game, but do you have your finger ready for the laugh track?
I'm taking Stanford.
I'm taking Stanford.
Take him on the money line.
David Shaw's got to cover a point spread eventually, and it's just Washington. They're 3-0, but they beat a so-so Arizona team, a Utah team that's retooling, and they should have lost that game to Oregon State.
Carrying on Jim Harbaugh's legacy at Stanford. Ron?
Yeah. I'm going to take a shot with the over here. Stanford's run defense has been terrible, and Washington can run the football. I think Washington could put up 40 themselves, and Stanford should be able to get 2 touchdowns here, so I'll take the over.
Seeing some violent line movement in the last 45 minutes before kickoff of the first game in all these games. The board is red. Rod?
Yeah, I like Washington here. We can read some numbers. We can go Cardinals are 0-4. Their last 4 games as an underdog. Cardinals are 0-4. Their last 4 as a road dog. The Cardinals are 0-5-1 their last 6 conference games. The Cardinals are 0-7-1 ATS their last 8 road games. The Cardinals are 0-3-1 ATS their last 4 games on field turf. That's a lot of O's. It's going to stay a lot of O's. Washington wins by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
blows them out.
Husky Stadium is just a tough building, even if it's empty.
It's also revenge from last year. I think the Cardinals beat them last year, not this year.
Coastal Carolina against BYU. This is the one that defies college football logic because they have every excuse why they can't do stuff like this. But meanwhile, they did it. It's 3 games out, they scheduled the game. Brian? 2 days
the big bettors are back at BYU, and I think they got a point here. I think rarely does BYU get a chance at a ranked team like this, so they're going to just crush Coastal Carolina. I'll lay the points.
Ron? Oh, Chris?
I'm going to take Coastal. They haven't let me down at all this season. I know BYU's on a mission, but Coastal stepped up in these kinds of spots all season long. I think they can keep it within 10 points.
Ron?
I'm going to take BYU. BYU's a bigger, stronger team, a Heisman Trophy candidate, and Wilson. And I just think that BYU flexes its muscles here and wins by at least 2 touchdowns on the road in a big spot.
Rod.
I'm going to take the under. Give me the under here. I think both defenses step up here, and we got a battle. Give me the under.
I'm gonna go with Coastal. I just think that I think they stand up in this one. This is a tough one. It is a tough one, So I just think that Coastal's not as small as some of those other Sun Belt teams, and it's like maybe that's just the way that they look, because they're playing against Sun Belt teams, but they don't look as small, especially in the secondary is where they have some size, and I think that's what's going to help them out because BYU's got those big receivers. Also, if you have secondary guys that can tackle, obviously you don't want your defensive backs making a lot of tackles because that means the running backs are ripping off 7-yard gains minimum. But I don't know. I just think Coastal's. I think I just like them here. It's not a premium play or anything. I just like Coastal in the spot. I think 3 days of preparation and going on the road is tough for anyone. Georgia Southern against FAU. Owls and Eagles.
I regret leaving Georgia Southern off my premium picks today. I had them all week, and then I dropped them. I think I should have kept them. I think this should be a touchdown win for Georgia Southern. I would take them.
So the biggest line move on the board right now that I'm watching is West Virginia is down to 5.5, plus 5.5 against Iowa State in the early games. So I'm just watching this as we go through. So, Chris, who do you like here?
I like Georgia Southern. I just like that offense for the Eagles, and I just don't know if FAU is going to be able to keep up. I'm on the Willie Taggart fan club now, but I just think this is a bad spot for FAU.
Ron?
Yeah, I think you're going to see a really motivated Georgia Southern team today after 2 tough road losses. I think that Georgia Southern's just the better ground game, and I think they can run through the trenches here in the late going, and I think that's going to be the difference maker. So I'll lay the points with Georgia Southern.
That's 7.5 on Texas is looking like it's headed to 7 in a hurry as well. Rod?
I like Georgia Southern here as well. Back home off 2 road losses, like Ron said. They show up here today and get the win.
I think this is a tough game, too. I think this is a tough one. I think it's going to be an under 42. I just think both defenses are pretty good. Got Hawaii against San Jose State. This line has moved 9 points. Not much. Brian?
I think when you think Hawaii, you think the old days of flying back and forth, lots of points. But I like the under here. I think it's a tight game. I think Hawaii is better than the record shows. So
don't tell me about flying back and forth. Chris?
No, I like San Jose State. I'm still on the Spartans. I like Nick Starkel leading this offense, and the trek to Hawaii is a long one, but I still think San Jose State's the play here.
Ruffalo doesn't have Luton anymore, so he's Nick Starkel's his other name that he likes. He's got to throw in there. It's like, yeah, I think maybe they'll draft Nick Starkel. It's like, what does that have to do with this game? It's like, this is this is the Bengals against the Steelers. What is it? What does Starkel have to do with this thing? Ron?
I'm going to take the Bows. Give me the Rainbow Warriors on the money line. I just think that this is a real tough spot for San Jose State. They've had a great season. They should be proud, but we got to remember that this is a team that's struggled pretty badly in recent history, and I think this is a game where they get held in check. I'll take Hawaii.
I'm going to take the under. That's way too high. Too many points. I'll take the under 59.5.
I've gone back and forth on this one. I kind of like San Jose in this one. I know it's not popular with my home crowd here, but believe me, it's not you guys. It's it's the neighborhood. It's like I won't be walking Sam anytime soon. San Diego State against Colorado State. San Diego State fans have never really liked me, even though it's like I've always been all over them in basketball, even when they're not, the in vogue team. I've always been all over them, and I've always been really down on them in football. It's like I like Colorado State in this one too. It's like because they always play in like that late night spot, and then it's always like they never cover. It's always like, yeah, I like San Diego State, and you think like that they should just kill somebody. It's like they had Penny, remember, and then they had Pumphrey, Donnell Pumphrey, remember, and like they always had these great backs.
XFL running back Donnell Pumphrey.
Is he?
He played in the XFL.
He was really good at San Diego State, man. I'm surprised he didn't make it in.
For me here, Colorado State. San Diego State's just not good at covering spreads over a touchdown for me. So I learned my lesson. I'll back the Colorado State Rams here.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the under here. I think you're going to see a ton of running the football, ton of defense, at least from San Diego State. I don't know about Colorado State, but I see the under coming in here at the end.
Yeah, I agree with Chris. I'm going to take the under. Both teams have really been able to stop the run pretty well this year. And San Diego State's offense is basically 75% run. So I'll take the under 46.5.
Right.
What?
San Diego State, Colorado State.
Yeah, I agree. Give me the under here. Both defenses are good. I like the under. Give me the under. We got a battle here.
I like Colorado State. Cal is taking on Oregon. Brian, Oregon, Cal.
I'll take Cal here. It dropped below a touchdown line. Oregon's a good team, but I don't think they have enough to knock out Cal here. I'll take them plus the points.
I think Oregon does knock out Cal here. I think they win it by 10 though. Just getting over the 9. So give me Oregon laying the points.
Ron?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me, but I'll take a lean with Cal. I think they were beat up and in a weird spot in that loss to UCLA, and I just think that they're improving little by little each week. 9 points is a lot, and you see how Oregon loses to Oregon State last week. I'll take the points with Cal, but it's a real lean.
Rod, you think like the people that copy me on like that everything I do, you think they're going to take my prison rape joke? You think they're going to steal that from me?
They might. They probably will. I like the Ducks here. Give me the Ducks.
It's like, wow, that bit worked for Mitch. Maybe.
I can't picture that guy from Marietta College doing a prison rape.
That's not my it's not just them. It's everybody. Right? It's everybody. Anyways, I like Cal. Arizona against Colorado. Kevin Sumlin, a lot of faith in him here in Arizona. Brian, you think this line's moved too much at this point?
It's a little scary, but I know some guys that I like to fade that have Colorado, so I think Arizona's a good bet here, anything over a touchdown. So count me in for about $100 for Arizona. I think they could upset them. Never know. I'll take the points though.
Okay, Bob B. We got to find this guy and throw him the hell out of our chat. Have a douchebag. Chris?
I love Colorado here. Just again continues to be addition by subtraction. You get rid of Steven Montaz as your quarterback, you win football games and you win them convincingly. So give me Colorado here.
Ron?
I'm not in love with this game either, but I do think that passing the key number of 7 is something to look out for here. Buffaloes have been great this year, 3-0 and 3-0 against the spread, but I'll take Arizona. Could be a touchdown game. I'll take the points.
Rod?
Yeah, I agree. This is a touchdown game, so give me Arizona on the points.
I like Romanelli. He's got a mind for football.
Your Iowa recruiting shirt is in the mail.
Go Gales.
What kind of company would have their marketing strategy is to spam our shows in Facebook group? It's like, all right, they sit around like the table, like for the meeting. It's like, so what are we gonna do? Like for what's our marketing strategy for this next upcoming month and the budget and everything? Well, I'm just gonna go and watch Mitch's YouTube show. We're gonna throw some comments in there, like with a link maybe, and go in the Facebook group and say fixed match, sure bet.
99-0.
How about the people that share that into our group because they're promised, like, if they get X amounts of shares of this, that they'll give out some kind of shitty pick for that? Ridiculous. I'm taking Colorado. I don't know. Can't get past it. I'm also taking South Carolina against Kentucky. I think this one's a layup. Kentucky, terrible, as Charles Barkley would say. They're terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. You lay 11.5 points with Kentucky, you get what you get, man. That's all I got to say. Brian.
Oh, are we on the South Carolina-Kentucky game?
Yeah, that's. I
got
South Carolina. I would never lay 11.5 points with this Kentucky team.
I'm one of those guys is going to lay 11.5 Kentucky. This is a chance for them to be the team they should have been all year. They're going to crush South Carolina. Not even going to be close. 21. It's going to be up 21 at halftime. They'll easily cover.
Yeah.
Take Kentucky.
Yeah. Okay. Chris.
You mean the same Kentucky team that just looks like they've given up?
Yeah, this team has quit.
Yeah.
They got the blue bloods.
They've quit.
Yeah. No, they were done a couple weeks ago. I think you can take South Carolina on the money line here. They house Kentucky.
I'm going to take the over here. I think Kentucky's offense will take a step up. They looked good in the first half against Florida, and then they just totally gave up in the second half. I think they'll score some points, and South Carolina is always good for 2 touchdowns or more. So I'll take the over, 46.5.
Rod.
Yeah, I'm going to take South Carolina here. I'm not laying with Kentucky. That's just too many points. Touchdown win for Kentucky, but not by 11.5.
Got Clemson and Virginia Tech. This line's been all over the map. Clemson, one of the best cover teams like in the second half of the season in history over the last 5 years. I think that Notre Dame game is the only game they haven't covered. That Notre Dame game and last year's national championship game, I think, are the only games that they haven't covered in November or beyond since Dabo Swinney took over as head coach. You guys can check that out, but I'm pretty sure that that's the stat, and it might even go into October because they were underdog in every single college football playoff game that they've ever played in. And except for the Ohio State game, they were favored in that one, and they covered. But they've covered every spread. The Notre Dame game when Trevor Lawrence was out is the only regular season game they haven't covered under Dabo Swinney in the second half of a season. I'm willing to say that. Chris or Brian?
You skipped me. Anyway, in this one, I think if you could, I score it out as if you get 14.5 with Virginia Tech, I think you'll be all right. Last year, I think they beat them by 14.
It's 22. It's 22.
If you could take, I know it's 22. I'm saying take less points if you can get it an alternate line. Take the 14.5 in Virginia Tech. I think that gets it done.
Do you know who Travis Etienne is? Do you know who he is?
Probably number 3 pick in the draft, maybe.
Have you seen Virginia Tech's run defense?
Oh, I saw Miami play them, where they both had Swiss cheese defenses. But yeah, Virginia Tech.
Miami was missing 18 players for that game against Virginia Tech.
True.
And still won. You had Virginia Tech in that one. I mean, Miami still won.
I see this as a 2 touchdown
18 players out. Not injured players. 18 COVID players out. Chris?
I was going to ask Brian if that 14.5 was a first quarter line because I love Clemson here. I think this is a beat down. Trevor Lawrence didn't show any rust after being off for 3 weeks last week, and like Rich said, that Virginia Tech run defense is atrocious. So give me Clemson here.
I'm going to take the over here. Clemson should be able to score at ease, and Virginia Tech, I think, will put up a decent amount of points as well. 67, it's a tough total to get to, but I think we get there. I'll take the over.
I'll take Clemson. They easily win this by 4 touchdowns or more. Blowout. Take Clemson.
I like Clemson. Miami against Duke, a place where Miami traditionally struggles. Bryant?
No game I'm rushing to bet, but I'm going to take the points with Duke. I see the smaller bettors back in Miami and the bigger bettors taking Duke, so I'll go with the bigger bettors. Take Duke.
Yep, Miami has struggled traditionally at Duke, and plus they've been off for a month. Chris?
I'm going to take the over here. I think Duke's offense wakes up. I think Miami comes in and puts up a fight, and I don't know who wins this game, but I think we do see a high-scoring affair. So give me the over here.
So those of you that are joining late or haven't watched our show before, we go in the order of the time. So if you're looking at a game that starts before 8 o'clock Eastern time, we've gone over it already. And you can watch the replay of the show, and it'll be on there, or listen to the podcast on iTunes or Spotify. It's called Picks from the Doghouse. Ron Romanelli.
I'm going to take Duke here. I just think that this is kind of a tough spot for Miami on the road, and it's a lot of points. You're going to have to lay more than 2 touchdowns. Duke's offense has been decent. Obviously, their defense is horrible, but I think they score enough to keep this game within 2 touchdowns, so I'll take the points.
I got to play the golf course at Duke University one time, and it was a bear, man. It is a tough track. Robert Trent Jones Jr. course at Duke University, man.
I'm with Chris. Give me the over here. Duke's games have 6 out of the last 7 have gone over. We're definitely going to see some points here. Take the over 61.5.
Yeah, I like the over too. That's a good play, Ron.
I'm going to take Miami because I'm a homer. And that's what I do.
You're a homer.
Yep. That's what I do. I take my team because they're my team. I mean, they're playing Duke. It's not like Bama and Tuscaloosa or something. I mean, it's Duke. It's like, we come out, we run our plays. It's the thing about King is that he hasn't really had the chemistry with the receivers all season, and it's like they have found it in spots, and it's like with a month off, I'm just not sure if he has or not. I mean, they're gonna beat Duke. I mean, I hope so.
Anyways, if they beat Carolina, they should be able to get into.
Speaking about the Tide, they're going to Baton Rouge to take on LSU. LSU's 3-4 this season, and a lot of people talk about reloading. How college football teams can reload. Not so easy when you lose the ton of draft picks, and that's why people are like, "Oh, the SEC's been good forever." Look back 10 years, they weren't so great. It was USC and Texas and Oklahoma and Miami. And even look back the last 3 years, I think the ACC's won 2 of the last 3 national championships, right? So, anyways, LSU against Alabama. Alabama wasn't even in the playoff last year.
Probably not in the playoffs thanks to LSU. This is a revenge spot for Alabama, but it's just 30 points, 29 points. That's a ton. I just can't get there. I'm going to take LSU plus the points in a rival game.
I think Alabama's there by halftime. Chris?
I can't disagree with that. You think Nick Saban's going to take his foot off the gas against LSU? No,
probably not.
So here's the inside word. Chuba did not practice all week. Desmond Jackson back in for Oklahoma State. He's good. He's our guy. It's bad news for TCU on that one. Chris?
It hasn't moved the line.
Oh, that's because those people don't understand. They don't get it.
Yeah, I'm on Alabama.
All right.
It's LSU.
We heard you the first time. Ron?
I'm going to take the over. I think Alabama's could definitely put up 50 points here. And like Chris said, I don't think they're taking their foot off the gas pedal. And LSU should be able to score a few as well, a few touchdowns, so I'll take the over.
They're saying the Marshall game could have come off the board.
That's a shame.
It sucks that they do it late, you know. It's one thing to cancel the game, but to do it a half hour before the game is pushed. Let me see. I'll check my board too. I actually well, we'll say it in a minute, but I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm not showing it moved it to canceled. Let me see.
I don't see it canceled.
No, I don't see it canceled either.
Fact,
Rotation 375. I'm still showing it there.
It says the quarterback Mike Collins did not travel with Rice to play.
Oh, so there
Collins
it is.
is out. Giovanni Johnson will start at quarterback for Rice.
So there it is. The Marshall game has some crazy line movement. So it's gone from 20. It's gone up to 24. Is basically what's happened there. Brian, you still like Rice?
Well, I haven't bet Rice, but I'm gonna not.
Oh, you gave it out on the show. You gave it out on the show because we're going to hold you to it on this one.
Well, now I'm not as enthusiastic about getting it.
You're going to hedge out the other way because you have some.
Nope,
we have some listeners that might have bet Rice on your strong advice.
There's plenty of other strong advice here, like Kentucky, Georgia Southern, Ball State.
Got Rod. Who's up, Ron or Rod?
Alabama, roll tide, roll. They roll over LSU today. Roll them. I like the over, like Ron said too. I think Alabama can get to 50 in this game. LSU only needs to throw in like a couple touchdowns.
All right. We've got Oklahoma 21.5 over Baylor. This is a rematch of last year's Big 12 title game. Remember the first game? Like Baylor had them dead, and then Hurts rallied Oklahoma, and then Oklahoma ends up. Were they in the playoff again last year? They were. They played LSU, right?
Yeah.
Ugh, God, why? Why? What was the score of that game? Here, while Brian's talking, I'll be looking it up.
Yeah, Oklahoma needs to start rolling. Needs to roll people, but I don't think they can beat Baylor by over 3 touchdowns. So I'll take the points with Baylor.
63-28. It was 49-14 at halftime. Yeah, they need to go away. Chris, 49-14 at halftime.
Yeah, give me Baylor. I'll take Baylor. It's over that key number 21. I'll take Baylor with 3 free touchdowns.
Didn't Justin Jefferson have 5 touchdowns or 6 touchdowns in that game in the first half? Something.
He might have had, I think, 4 or something.
Yeah, something like, because I remember he was like they had no answer. It was.
They still don't.
Ron.
Yeah, I'll take Baylor. The key number's huge, like Chris said. I could see them winning by 3 touchdowns, but not more, so I'll take Baylor.
Rod?
I'm with Baylor, too. That's too many points.
Baylor sucks
Oklahoma
this year.
Winning by over 3 touchdowns.
I'm taking Oklahoma. Baylor sucks this year, man. It's going to be like that Oklahoma State game, the same.
Aye.
Baylor sucks.
I tell you.
What?
No, I was going to say, this week you're a Filet-O-Fish.
I am?
There's been a couple on here that were Filet-O-Fishes. There's been a few. But
yeah, but
generally, you're sharper than that.
Well, I go, but at this point of the season, you can go to the eye test. That's why I always finish strong. At the end of the season, I switch to the eye test. We're in December. It's like we're not normally playing at this point. You go to the eye test, and it's like you've seen these teams play. Baylor's terrible, man. They're terrible. Terrible.
Oklahoma's laid some eggs this year.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at this have you ever seen an Oklahoma game at home? Have you ever seen a penalty called against the Sooners in Norman? I mean, has that ever happened? I don't think
K-State beat them at Oklahoma, didn't they?
Baylor beat Kansas State 32-31. They lost Texas Tech by a point. They lost to Iowa State by 7, TCU by 10, Texas by 11, West Virginia by 6. They beat Kansas.
Baylor's scrappy.
They're scrappy. All right, maybe I can be convinced.
I just think they win by 3 touchdowns. I just think that half point's going to get you, honestly.
Brian doesn't like my Clemson pick or my Miami pick. I know that.
No, I don't like your Clemson pick either.
Or my Miami pick.
Yeah, I could be talked into Miami.
I'm a homer. Nevada against Fresno. The Fresno State fans really don't like me, so I have to pick against them. I'm compelled to pick against them because they really don't like me at all. Really.
I think Fresno's just as good as Nevada. I think Nevada got their bubble burst at Hawaii last week, and I think Fresno's going to keep. I think it's a 3-point game, a field goal game, so I'll take the points with Fresno.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Nevada here. I've been on Nevada this whole time, so I'm not going to jump off now. I like the way the Wolfpack are playing right now. Give me Nevada.
Yeah, that North Carolina game that we didn't cover, it's up to 50.5 if anyone's interested. Ron?
I'm going to take the over here. I'm not sure what the status of Nevada's defender, Dom Peterson. I think he's a great linebacker, but I think he might be out for this one. And that's going to just bode well for Fresno State on offense. And Carson Strong should be able to do enough to get the over here, 59. So I'll take the over.
Yeah, the Marshall game is back up. It's at 24.5 is where we're at. 42.5 on the total. I've seen a 43 as well, but pressure on the under on those 43s. I guess the Rice backup quarterback situation just isn't as strong as the Sharps hoped. I don't know.
I mean, how bad could he be? It's not like either one's.
Gonzaga Baylor basketball has been canceled.
Oh. That was my one college basketball play today.
Oh, now you have 0. Rod? Just throwing it out there. Facts.
Well, I'm not going to rush to put another one in.
I don't mean to be negative or anything, but I don't mean to be negative. I don't mean to rag on you or anything. It's like you lead in with that, you 100%.
For me in this game here, Nevada's pass defense definitely going to be tested here by Fresno, but they won't break. Give me Nevada here. They beat Fresno.
Yeah, another game I don't love. Wyoming against New Mexico. This is one of those Mountain West gems. So we have late college football this week. I guess one of these games is canceled. There was 4. Now I only see 3. But New Mexico, Wyoming is one of them.
All right, I'm going square on this one. Give me the Wyoming Cowboys. I think they just crushed the Lobos, which is I don't see it even being close. I know they're on the road, but I like this Wyoming team. I like how they run the ball, so I'll take them over New Mexico.
You know, how sometimes you're able to you're doing all these different things, and then something happens and it just ties it all together, right? New Mexico this season reminds me of Oklahoma in that game against LSU. That's exactly what they remind me of. Chris?
Yeah.
It was 49-14 at halftime. They were still in it. They're only down by 5 touchdowns at the half.
I think we might see something similar here. Give me Wyoming here. I think they brought all over New Mexico. I don't want anything to do with the Lobos.
I'm trying to find out what's this canceled game. I think there was 4 late games though. I'm pretty sure there was. I only see 3. Ron?
Yeah, I'm going to take Wyoming as a lean here. Because New Mexico's just been abysmal this season, and Wyoming's coming off a nice win over UNLV on the road, 31. I think they can do the same here on the road against New Mexico. I'll take Wyoming.
No, it's not. There's no cancel or postponement there. It's I guess I was just looking at it wrong. 'Cause I don't see anything that's canceled there. Rod?
Yeah, give me Wyoming here as well. The Lobos have just been dreadful this year.
Herm Edwards -3 against Chip Kelly. Brian?
All the bettors are loving on UCLA, and I'm not a Chip Kelly guy. I'll take a chance with Arizona State on the lean, laying a field goal.
Bitter Eagles fan. Chris?
I'm gonna be on Arizona State here as well. They're the better team. I think all the UCLA programs are overrated, and my viewpoint's not going to change here. I like Arizona State.
Ron Romanelli.
Yeah, I'm going to lean with Arizona State here. I think I'm not big on UCLA. If the program is not where it needs to be right now, 3-1 against the spread, but I think they lose this game by a touchdown, so I'll take Arizona State.
What would that cover letter look like as that recruiting assistant at Iona? Like, where would you start with? You know, would you just maybe staple a little packet to the package? You know, as you hand it in.
Here's a sample of the stuff I can
or
get.
maybe like some Polaroids or something. You know, I don't know. I'll have to think about.
I still see Gonzaga Baylor on the board on my book.
All right, we'll take a look. We'll see what people have to say.
It's on their official Baylor's Twitter. They said that it won't be.
Hopefully, it's just postponed. Hopefully, they'll play it.
They said they're going to try to reschedule it at a later date.
Later date. Okay.
In the championship.
Where are we?
I like Arizona State here. Better team. I'm not backing on the UCLA team. Yuck.
I'm with you on the Devils in this one. I'm with you. Arizona State Sun Devils for me. Got Joe Pesci and company, the Utes, couple of Utes up against the Beavers.
Great consensus. Yeah, I love Beavers, but in this game, I'm going to have to go with Utes. I think they're going to smash the Beavers coming off of a big win. I'll take Utah here, lay the points.
Give me Oregon State here. I like their quarterback, Tristan Gebbia. I'm a fan of his, and I like this Oregon State ground attack. I just don't think Utah should be favored by 11.5. I see maybe it's 8.5. So give me Oregon State the points.
Thank you for the super chat. Breaking news here on ESPN. After 2 people, 1 player from Bulldogs tested positive. We're not going to point fingers and assign blame. We're just going to say it was Gonzaga. Where are we at? Ron?
Okay.
Kyle Whittingham? Or the Beavers?
This line for me is tricky. It's kind of confusing to me why Oregon State goes on and beats Cal and Oregon, and then Utah's already 0-2 this year, but they're 11.5-point favorites at home. For that reason, I'll stick with the under here. I think that this is going to be a defensive game. If I had to pick a side, I'd take Utah based on the fishiness alone.
The fishiness.
Fishy.
I don't think it's fishiness. I'm gonna say that Oregon State, the quarterback that Chris was talking about, is probably not going to play. Did you see the end of the last game? He was sitting there on the side of the bench, wincing in some pretty good pain.
So you're saying it's not fishiness, or you were trying to correct Romanelli because you realize he's the smart guy, right? Of our.
I know. It's not fishiness. I'm quite sure that the Oregon State quarterback Gabby or whatever is
I was just
probably not
checking.
going to play.
I was going to say, you realize, like, we have one smart guy on the show. It's him.
and I chose my one little point to say that I'm quite sure that the line moved because he is not going to play this game. So give me Utah. Without him, you got a freshman quarterback. He took one snap and ran it in for a touchdown last game. That was his football career.
Let down spot too.
Yeah, give me Utah here. I'm trying to think.
All right.
Well, that'd be probable, but he sure ain't going to be at 100%.
No, he's doubtful.
Well, we've got
Hopefully.
We've got about 10 minutes before the start of college football, and we'll just run down the college basketball schedule really quick. So Baylor Gonzaga is canceled. We've got Sac State, Idaho, ECU, Radford, Southern Utah, Montana. Boy, they really, at least we still got some quality basketball out there, right? High Point against North Florida, Asheville against South Carolina State, and Dayton, SMU, VCU, Mount St. Mary's, Ball State, UIC, GW, Coppin State. Wow, there's a lot of games in this time slot. Any of those things do it for you, Brian?
I like SMU plus the 1.5, and also Arizona laying the points against Eastern Washington. I think those two are solid leans.
Chris?
I like the Mount against VCU. I just think it's too many points. And I like SMU against Dayton. I think SMU keeps that one close, if not wins it outright.
Dayton's good. Dayton's loaded, man. Make no mistake about it. These are both loaded teams. Ron?
Yeah, in that time slot, I like Sacramento State laying the points at home against Idaho. And I like SMU on the money line. I also like Eastern Washington plus the points against Arizona.
I didn't say that one, but I was going to save that for the next grouping. But go ahead, Ron. It's your show.
Which one?
Eastern Washington, Arizona. I kind of gotten too far, so I stopped at GW, Coppin State. But it's okay. You know,
it's the top of my list.
Hey, it's your world. You do what you want to do. Okay. Go ahead.
Isn't Eastern Washington in that same time slot?
They are, but I had to stop because we had too many games, so I was gonna start again.
I like Eastern Washington too. I also like Montana. Give me Montana over Southern Utah.
Montana's dead to me after the other night, that 1 point loss.
You can't give up on a team.
I just did.
Watch me.
I like Furman against Charleston. Furman is always like cold-blooded, man. Those guys always have like these little guys that can shoot like no one's business. Charleston's lousy this year. Not a good Charleston team. I know it's not that popular, and I don't love this game. I'd probably lean to Dayton in that one. I just think I know it's the square side on. I don't care. I think it's going to be tight, and I think at home, you know, I give them the edge there. It's going to be a good one. SMU hasn't really shown me over the years that this is a spot where they win, and that's what it's going to take. You're not going to get tip-ins every night. Well, I guess you do. It's college basketball, right? Anyways, Furman, though, I think is a solid play here. Very solid. Arizona against Eastern Washington. Binghamton against Marist. Chattanooga against NKU. Got SIU Edwardsville against Brian's Omaha team, which he can't get off for some reason. Air Force against Lamar. Wisconsin Green Bay. Oh, what a train wreck that team is. Up against Eastern Illinois. I think Wisconsin. Chris, would you say Wisconsin Green Bay train wreck or shit show? Which would be appropriate for that team?
A shit show that leads to a train wreck.
Yeah, it's just way to defer. We were looking for a convincing, like.
It's a combination. It's even better than it's on.
See, like me, I'll go shit show. start to finish. Texas State against Incarnate Word. Word up.
I was gonna say cluster.
Word up.
Brian?
But I don't.
Going with Omaha here?
No, I'm going with Iona. I think they had a bad taste in their mouth from that that first game.
Iona? They're
It's
not
a
even
homer
in this
pick.
grouping.
I thought Iona is in the grouping.
I don't even think they're playing today.
Yeah, they are. They're playing.
They
Hofstra.
Hofstra is a 4 p.m.
Yeah, we didn't get to 4 p.m. We're at 3.
God damn it. Now, see, I screwed up.
Oh, it's a 2 p.m. It's a 2 p.m. start. It's in the same group.
I don't see it. Iona Hofstra's at 4. That was going to be the next
Okay.
group. Kansas, North Dakota State, Wright State, Miami of Ohio, Hofstra, Iona, Providence against Fairleigh Disinterested, Belmont, not Bellarmine, but Belmont, up against Samford. We like Belmont in that one. Northwestern against Chicago State, Arkansas, Lipscomb, Santa Clara against New Mexico State. Any of those? There, Brian, we've expanded.
I'm going to fade Omaha here and go with SIU plus
Edwards.
the 4.5. I just think I saw Omaha first 2 games, so I'm off of them.
Notice you don't see Brian questioning Romanelli over there. Only Rod. Chris. Oh, the dogs are barking.
They will be barking.
I want Brian to get me a shirt because I'm going to take Iona too. I'm going to take the points with the Gales.
Come here, buddy.
Hofstra's been
Sam.
been kind to us, but I just think this might be too many points. I think they win by 8, so I think Iona just sneaks in the back door.
Good boy.
I knows all about the back door.
I like backdoors.
Come here, Sam.
And I like the over in Illinois State, Murray State.
Backdoor covers and backdoor Becky's.
How about you, Ron?
I like SIUE on the money line against Omaha. Let's see, I like it's a lot of big chunk there. I will take Samford against Belmont. So just trying to remember. Samford against Belmont. I like the 18 points. I love Belmont this year, but 18 against Samford's way too much.
What about my Furman pick? I mean,
Oh, I like your Furman pick too, actually. But you said it, so I didn't want to take your thunder.
love Furman.
And I agree, though. And I actually like Wisconsin Green Bay plus the 6 against EIU. I watched the EIU versus Chicago State game, and it looked like a middle school game. So
Yeah,
I don't know why. It was the only game on. Trust me, I wouldn't
Green
be watching
Bay's-
if it wasn't.
Green Bay's
So,
hideous. I mean, think about this. Think about how bad Green Bay is. They're only favored by 6 over those guys.
well, they're plus 6.
They're-
That's the big thing. Yeah.
Green Bay is plus 6 against.
Yeah, that's why I'll
Oh
take
my
the 6.
God. That's how bad they are. Rod's like plus 6.
I kept hearing Ron say EIU, and I was like, is he thinking Old McDonald or something?
Who do you like?
SIUE and EIU.
Yes, SIU.
Rod, who do you
EIU.
like? Because we got to hurry it up.
Okay, I like SIU. Give me Miami, Ohio plus the 5 against Wright State. I'm taking Hofstra. They're going to win by 10 or more. No chance for Iona. They had a big Friday night. It's Saturday. They can barely get themselves out of bed, much less come play a basketball game. Give me Hofstra there. That's all I like in that spot. And give me Belmont. I like that Belmont there too.
I'll take Kansas minus the 24. It's North Dakota. North Dakota State's awful this year. Man, they are awful. Got Bryant against UMass Lowell. Murray State against Illinois State. Houston against South Carolina. There's a feature game. We got South Carolina Upstate against Georgia Southern. Syracuse back on the court. I knew they were going to cover that 22 the other night too, man. I told you they were going to cover that 22. Thank me later. We got Oklahoma State against Oakland. Cade Cunningham. Pittsburgh against Northern Illinois. Kansas State against UNLV, Houston Baptist against Rice. I don't know if the Rice quarterback's out for that game too. We've got the Abilene Christian against Tarleton State. That should be a war. The Roos of Kansas City against the Coyotes of South Dakota. I think I like that one a lot. And then SLU against Arkansas Pine Bluff, Utah State BYU, Portland State, and that's it. That's the rest of the card. Brian?
I can't screw it up. So I'm going to take Ryder, anything over 21 here.
Ryder is not in this segment.
And UNLV running Rebs. I think they get a win over an awful K-State team. I'm not laying it. I know UNLV stinks too, but I like UNLV and Ryder today.
How could you not bet against that awful South Dakota team at every opportunity, Chris? I can't help myself.
It's tempting. I'm going to take Oklahoma State. I think they completely rout Oakland. I'm going to go on Syracuse laying the 23.5 against... actually, no, sorry. I'm going to go with Ryder plus the 23.5 against Syracuse. Syracuse missing 5 guys, I think, COVID. So give me Ryder here.
Ron?
For me, I absolutely love Portland State -2, the 10 o'clock window against Portland. Portland is going to have a rough season this year, and Portland State, they lost a lot of their starters from last year, but they replaced them with high-profile transfers from big-name schools. So I love Portland State in this spot. I'll lay the 2 all day long.
All day. Ron?
Twice.
Give me Portland. Give me St. Louis. St. Louis, the Billies, they cover the 32.5 and blow them up by 40. And give me Ryder plus the 23.
All right. I like it's a lean to Oklahoma State. I like Syracuse minus the 23.5. The odds makers know that these players are out, and the line's gone from 20 to 23.5. I think South Carolina, Frank Martin against this really good Houston team that I did take against Texas Tech, and made a little coin on them as well. I also Lipscomb against Arkansas. I think Arkansas wins. I think they win by 12-13. Kind of like that South Alabama or Auburn game last night. Similar to that one. And that's it. Also, Ed Cooley's Providence Friars, just because we love Ed Cooley. Against fairly disinterested. Cooley's already got the whiteboard out. Chris, you got a parlay for us?
Yeah, I do. So I've got...
You going to tell us what it is?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, I just had to get it. Over in the Illinois State-Murray State game.
So it's hoops? Is your parlay? You're not doing football?
I'm going to do football as well.
Spit it out.
Over in Illinois State-Murray State, Lipscomb and Iona. And then college football. What is it? The NC State, Stanford, West Virginia.
Okay, I got Auburn plus 3.5, Mizzou minus 3.5 or -3, West Virginia plus the points. Football. Parlay those up for a cage. And I'm sorry, but I gotta fly. Everybody have a great Saturday. I gotta fly.
See ya.
See ya.
Ron?
For me, I got a basketball and a football. I'll give the basketball first. Portland State minus the 2, SMU money line, and SIUE money line. And then for football, Memphis money line, Auburn money line, and Hawaii money line.
Better hurry up on that one because I believe you might have missed the Memphis kick. Brian.
Oh, yeah.
All right, for me, I'm going Ball State minus the points, Kentucky minus the points, and Georgia Southern minus the points. Love it. Put 100 on it. 3-game parlay.
Take North Carolina State. I'll take Colorado State. And I will take Arizona State. Colorado State, Arizona State, and North Carolina State.
No Texas State this week.
And you know what? Throw Washington in there, make it a 4-teamer. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great college football Saturday. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe I'll come back on for an update show. I don't know. I always say that, but I rarely ever do it. I'll be in the studio, later on today doing those NFL videos. So maybe when I'm in there, I might hit the wrong button and come on and say hi to everyone. But have a great day. And, of course, we will see you tomorrow for NFL Sunday, where we'll be doing halftime shows and all that stuff. And, of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.